Let's jump right into this explainer, tailored specifically for you, the Mavinswood team. We're looking at a profile today that honestly hits the absolute sweet spot between traditional freight forwarding and modern tech-driven innovation. We're talking about Das Subburaj. What we're going to unpack here is exactly how a deep, hands-on background in logistics, when you combine it with today's cutting-edge AI tools, creates this incredibly rare, dynamic skill set. It's literally about seeing the future of supply chain operations through the eyes of someone who is already out there building it.
Now, over a decade, 10 plus years. That's a solid chunk of time, right? This represents hard-earned, overall professional experience grounded in Mumbai, India. Das hasn't just been, reading about the complexities of global business. He's been living them. Having that 10-year baseline is absolutely crucial because it means that every modern tech-driven solution he brings to the table is backed by genuine, messy, real-world operational reality. He actually knows how businesses function, day in and day out.
Section 1, Global Logistics Foundation. Let's start by exploring that foundational layer of his T-shaped profile and really showcase those deep operational roots. So here's how that timeline actually parses out, which is pretty fascinating. He anchors that broad professional maturity with over 6 dedicated years in the absolute trenches of international logistics, supply chain ops, and freight forwarding. Basically, he brings a very broad understanding of business, but pairs it with a razor-sharp specialized vertical. He knows exactly what it takes to make sure things actually get from point A to point B on a global scale. And when you break down his core competencies, it brilliantly illustrates his capabilities. On the freight operations side, you've got end-to-end management across all the major modalities: air, ocean, road. He deeply understands how physical goods move. But right alongside that is the trade management piece. That's the vital, often complicated administrative engine that keeps those goods moving. We're talking meticulous import and export documentation, mastering Incoterms, carrier coordination, CRM management, and shipment tracking. He literally takes the everyday chaos of end-to-end shipments and structures it into scalable, smooth operations. He's not just moving boxes around, he's actively optimizing the whole shebang. Which naturally leads us to a pretty fascinating question. How exactly do you modernize traditional supply chains? This is a critical pivot point for this explainer. We've established his old-school foundational logistics expertise. But as you all know better than anyone, this industry is evolving at breakneck speed. So how does someone bridge the gap between those heavy legacy supply chain demands and lightweight future-proof business practices? Section 2, AI Operations Edge, Modernizing Workflow. Let's dive into the modern twist in his career evolution, specifically his proactive push to integrate cutting-edge tech to solve those traditional problems. And here is where we see him build that true dual-threat capability. Over the last few years, Dash hasn't just rested on his logistics laurels. He's aggressively expanded into AI-enabled operations. He's leveraging tools like ChatGPT, Claude, and Microsoft Copilot. And the tangible outcomes really speak for themselves. He's streamlining incredibly complex documentation, creating rock-solid standard operating procedures from scratch, and radically improving reporting workflows. This isn't just a gimmick, it's a massive boost to operational efficiency. It is the absolute definition of working smarter, not harder. Section 3, Strategic Fit and Mavinswood Alignment. Now, let's connect these diverse capabilities directly to your bottom line and your ongoing digital transformation initiatives. This sequence of steps perfectly maps out how all these puzzle pieces fit together to generate real business results. It starts, as we saw, with that specialized, deep logistics expertise. That feeds directly into strong end-to-end operations management. But then comes the multiplier, right? Injecting AI-assisted workflow optimization directly into those existing operations. When you stack those up, it culminates in massive enterprise value creation. It allows him to add immense, immediate value across your entire supply chain. And to hear it in Das's own words, what excites me about Mavinswood is the opportunity to contribute in a fast-moving, innovation-driven environment. I love this because it highlights his genuine passion. He actually enjoys solving complex operational challenges. He likes improving business processes and collaborating with global teams in a really fast-paced setting. It shows a mindset that's, quite frankly, perfectly aligned with a forward-thinking, innovative culture like yours at Mavinswood. That professional commitment really shines through when you look at his overall career goals. Das is looking for a long-term opportunity to contribute, to continue learning, and to help build scalable global operations. He's absolutely not looking for a static, clock-in, clock-out kind of role. He is actively seeking a true partnership, a place where he can construct robust, intelligent systems that will help carry our team well into the future. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave the Mavenswood hiring team with one vital question. Is your global operation ready to scale with AI? We've walked through the traditional foundation, we've seen the modern AI integration, and we've mapped out the strategic alignment with your goals. Daz brings this incredibly unique, rare blend of proven freight forwarding grit and a forward-thinking, AI-driven mindset. I highly encourage you to speak with Daz and explore the strategic fit further. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I hope it gave you some great insights.